welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the future of clothing. So first, look at these pictures. What do you think about how fashion has changed through time? If you notice, we have pictures from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. Which one is your favorite? Okay, we're going to share in class. Now, what do you think people will be wearing in 50 years? Please pause the video and write down 3 to 5 ideas. Remember to have them ready before our class. Okay, great. I need you to please go to student book page 64. Read the presentation and think if you agree with the woman or not. Why? Okay, we're going to discuss this together. Now, we're going to listen to the presentation. Please complete these sentences.
Page 64. Lesson B. Presenting the future. 1. Vocabulary in context. A. Listen to these extracts from a presentation. What's the general topic of the presentation? 1.
Hello, everybody. I'm just waiting for the projector. It won't connect. Oh, it must be warming up. It shouldn't take long. There. Okay. Can you all see the screen? Let's see. I could make it a little bigger. Would somebody turn the lights off, please? Thanks. There should be a handout going around too. All right, let's get started.
2.
So today I want to look at the future of clothing. In particular, I'll be talking about the impact that technology will have on the clothes we wear. I'll allow time for questions and comments at the end. So I'd like to begin by thinking about the question, what will our clothes be able to do in the future? For example, we already have jackets that light up in the dark for road safety.
3.
As you'll see on the slide, there are lots of other possibilities too, such as clothes that use body energy to recharge cell phones and computers, and clothes that will be able to detect health problems. So let's move on and look at ideas like these in more detail.
4.
So as you can see, technology could have an impact on our lives in interesting ways, not least with self-cleaning fabrics. Anyway, that's all I have time for, so I'd better stop there. We should have time for 1 or 2 questions. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
5.
If you're interested in reading more, you might want to check out some of the articles that are listed on the handout. I'll just conclude by saying thank you for listening. And now I'll turn it over to John, who's going to talk about clothes that heat or cool on demand.
Okay, so let's see. I want to take a look at the future of clothing. For example, we already have jackets that light up in the dark. So as you can see, technology could have an impact. Did you get this right? Great. Let's continue. I want you to please read the sentences that I took from the presentation. What do they have in common? Pause the video while you think about this. Okay, so if you notice, they have words like must, want, can, and will. And all of these words are modal verbs. So let's think about what modal verbs are. Well, if you remember, modal verbs are a type of verb that modify the main verb. Some examples could be can, could, must, should, etc. So let's go ahead and check. Now, modal verbs are followed by a verb in its base form. Look at the examples. The projector won't connecting to my laptop is not correct, because if you notice, the verb is in gerund, connecting. Take a look at the other option. The projector won't connect to my laptop. In this case, since the verb is in its base form, is correct. So, now, modals can have different meanings according to the context of the sentence. For example, the modal verb should could express necessity or expectation. So I want you to please pause the video, read these sentences, and try to identify what should is doing. Okay, so he should come on time is talking about an expectation, probably because I know that he's already on the train. I should study for my exam is talking about a necessity. If I don't study, I will probably not pass. So, let's go to workbook page 44, exercise B. Here, we need to choose the correct option to complete this presentation. For example, can or would everyone hear me? Well, in this case, the modal verb that makes more sense is can. Can everyone hear me? If not, I might want to, or I could, turn off the sound. That's right, the correct option is could. Now pause the video and work on the rest, please. Okay, let's see. The sound's not on. The microphone must be turned off. Would someone check it for me? Thanks. 3. Now, everyone ought to have a handout by now. If you didn't get one, you might want to share with the person next to you. 4. So, can I ask a question? How many of you can pay all your bills online? Well, it's 11:30, so I'd better stop here. The next group might be waiting for the room. Thank you for coming. Did you get all of the answers right? Great. Now, go to your student book page 65, exercise B. Here, you need to do the same activity. Please choose the correct option to complete this presentation. Okay, guys, we're going to check this together during our class. I will see you then.